Hi everyone, welcome back to my Beach Angel Tarot shop. I am here to do a relationship reading, and this relationship reading is my Libby's Lennies Love Square that I created and have a link to my, I will have a link to it below to be taken to my shop if you'd like your own personal one. I usually do this with Lenormands, but I'm going to be using an oracle I created called the Rainbow Ring. And it's going to be, we pull out the feminine energy, and it's represented by this card here. And then we pull out the masculine, and it's represented by this card. And then we look at their thoughts, feelings, what's going to happen between them next, 2 to 4 months out, and then 6 months out. So we're going to take a look and just take a peek into this couple's energies and see what is coming up for them. So this hopefully will tap into some energies or get some messages for you in relationship. I'm going to ask also what this couple needs to surrender to have things be in a better light for them. Actually, I'm going to do what she needs to surrender, and I'm going to do what he needs to surrender. So let's do the feminine first. You'll see smoke probably. I got my incense up in the window, and it's kind of just billowing all over the place. So what does the feminine need to surrender for this relationship to be in a better energy, or the energy to be better for her in regards to it? What does she need to surrender? What does the masculine need to surrender here? So let's look at these first. The feminine needs to surrender worry. So there is a need here, and I think there's some sort of glare coming on the screen, so sorry. It's rather pretty though. It looks like water ripples, probably off of the candle or the, I have a music thing going on my other iPad. So anyway, the feminine needs to surrender worry. It says, make a commitment not to lead an anxiety-driven life. When worries arise, breathe them out of your body. Focus on the power of your heart and have faith that Spirit is guiding you always. So that's hers, that she needs to release and surrender. So what the masculine, the man in this relationship, and it's surrender your ego. And it says, cultivate gratitude, be of service to others, and come from your heart. A big ego can work against you, but humility will further your goals. So this is something that he needs to, surrender. And it can be things that they are, working on in this moment and surrendering. So let's shuffle, focusing on her thoughts, feelings, his thoughts, feelings. I say the center one is going to be something that happens next, but it can be up to 2 months. The next one is going to be 2 to 4, and then the following one is going to be 6 months out. This is a general reading, so of course I cannot, this one says being presented with options. I cannot, of course, guarantee, but we like to just take a little fun peek at, wow, we have chat buddies. So this could be somebody that you enjoy talking with, chatting with. Undercurrent. I want to see what the undercurrent and advice is, and that it is relaxed. So I like to take this as a guidance card, and they're asking you to relax. Now we're seeing coffee, so this could also be something between the two of you. Maybe you both enjoy coffee, or you like to go to a coffee house and chat, or you like to chat over coffee or tea or something like that. But it's asking the guidance to just relax a bit about the situation. And I'm just going to put this off to the side. So let's see what, we're going to lay this out as her thoughts. This is going to be the 6 month out card. And I may add to these, like as I go to get more messages, I may shuffle and add to it. So this is his thoughts. This is the 1 to 2 month time period. Her feelings, the 2 to 4 out, and then his feelings. So let's see where we go. Okay. So she's working on, or should be working on, surrendering worry. He's working on surrendering his ego. And or is working on that, or thinking about that. or it would benefit them to do that. So let's see what the thoughts are of this feminine energy in this relationship and its road trip. So she can certainly be thinking about traveling. If this couple traveled or did things together, this could be something that's on her mind as a memory. Traveling to see each other or traveling about together. Or this can even be a projection into the future where she's thinking, wow, it'd be nice to really be able to go on a trip with this person or, you know, doing something. But as an energy and the thoughts, I feel like she's thinking about moving forward, you know, trying to get movement into this energy again. If it's stuck. If it's not stuck, she wants to take things further. This is about movement and action, right? So as an energy, that is what is on her mind. What is on his mind in this moment? And it is summer. So I'm getting from this that on his mind is he's thinking perhaps of ways to warm this energy up. He could also be thinking about something that had happened in the summertime. He may be thinking of timing, you know, how much time is going by. Thinking about something that is kind of seasonal or cycles around as well because of the seasons and how, you know, of course, how they cycle. So I do feel that a part of his thoughts are that time is going by and that he's also thinking of things that cycle or have cycled around in this relationship. There's patterns that are going on. But I also feel like he's trying to think of ways to bring in positivity and warmth into this relationship. So that's not entirely negative, but I do feel like he's thinking of some cycling that may be happening, and he may be thinking time is going by. Because this is kind of like a timing card, so that is also on his mind. So what is she feeling? What is the emotions of this feminine? And she's feeling blocked, you know. And I feel like she may be feeling blocked from him, but I feel like she's blocking off her emotions. She's kind of numbing off. It feels like the Two of Swords in a way where that card feels to me like I just can't feel my emotions. You know, and it can be too with the road trip. It could be because there's a lot of things going on in her life. And her mind may be all over the place and trying to plan for something because we have to plan for a road trip, right? So maybe she's planning something for her future or something for her journey that has taken over and is maybe more important than the feelings of this relationship. But she's blocked off and kind of numbed off her feelings for this relationship. I'm going to pick this up in case you can't see it. There is a bit of a glare. I apologize. So we're going to see what is the masculine is feeling. And like I said, I may go back through. So we have create. So this is the sacral chakra. So in his feelings, this is a good energy because it talks about that sacral chakra, and the sacral chakra is intimacy, right? So he may be feeling like he wants to become more intimate. He may want to be feeling like he wants to express emotional intimacy with this person in the relationship, which would most likely be you, because it depends on gender or how you are gender specific. Doesn't have to be, you know, whichever you identify with. But this person, represented by the masculine energy, is wanting to, you know, express themselves in a positive, warm way with emotional intimacy. So I see really good energy here on their part. Because intimacy isn't just sexuality. Yes, there could be sex on this person's emotional energy level, but intimacy is being vulnerable. It's being open emotionally, where this may have been blocked before. But this person's more blocked off. The feminine energy seems more blocked off here. So let's see what's going to happen. Well, before I get to that, I want to kind of just see if I can add to these, what the thoughts are a little bit. We're just going to go a little bit deeper. Right away, that one came out for the feminine. So the bed buddies and the road trip. So there is something with an intimate encounter that she's thinking about here, obviously. And doesn't necessarily, again, mean sexual, but it can be very intimate. It can be very comforting in regards to this. So she may be thinking about that. Maybe she went somewhere and to travel to see this person or something like that is on her mind. Or doing so in the future, or wanting to. There's something about this she runs through her mind a lot. It's on her mind so much, or on the feminine's mind so much, it's picking it up here in the cards. So let's see what the summer is more about with the Prince Charming here and its abundance. So we see fall energy. So again, even though this says abundance, I'm seeing the fall scene. Again, I'm getting a lot of timing. I'm getting a lot about seasons. He may be planning something on the cusp of the 21st of September, because we see the sunflower, but it still says summer, and I see the fall scene here, it says abundance. So I feel like he wants to bring in more positivity. He wants to bring in something, but he is timing something here. There is something about timing going on in his mind, and I think this is thinking about summer, fall cusp, and that's around the September 21st time frame. So he may be thinking about doing something in that time, because he's feeling like he wants to be emotionally intimate. He wants an emotional intimacy, an emotionally intimate connection. But let's add to her block, right? Let's see what else she's maybe feeling in her block state. And it is lighthearted. So even though there is a blockage here, I don't feel it's entirely, you know, too heavy. It's talking about lighthearted. So she's taking it... I think it's a block so she can feel more peaceful, honestly. I think she's kind of blocked off emotions in regards to this relationship. So she can, it's just like, so that emotions aren't so heavy. She's trying to come into a place that isn't as emotionally heavy, which could be tied to the worry, right? So she's a big worrier, or this type of energy. It can cause an emotional heaviness. And I feel like she's trying to bring a more emotional balance in a way that isn't as heavy. Right? So that's what is coming up here. So I'm glad I added that, because it's actually a positive in the fact that she's trying to bring she's trying not to be as emotionally heavily involved. So it's a detachment, yes, but it's also very positive for her as well. So let's see what else this create sacral chakra situation is. These two fell out. I'm going to make note of them, but I don't feel they're the message. We have tense and secure. So they want a more secure connection, intimate connection, and it's very intense. So I feel the sexual energy in the tense card. So that sexual sacral chakra energy is there, and they want more of a safe feeling to be, or they're feeling safer in this moment to have an intimate emotional connection. I'm gonna literally intentionally pull one though for this and see what it says, and it's chat buddy. So they want to communicate. They're feeling like they want to communicate. There is an emotional expression, creative expression that they want. And it continually, each card that comes out kind of just adds to the layers of it. But very nice. Very nice. I also want to add to what is at the core of this woman and what is at the core of this man. So I don't know where that's coming from, but I'm going to ask. Core of this woman is... oh my gosh, that's so funny. Because it's, you know, St. Nicholas. And so this woman is, the core of this woman is generosity. She is, you know, the same type of energy as St. Nicholas, in that she is a giver, and she is, you know how he would give without recognition, right? And so there's a bit of that, what do you want to call that? Philanthropist? I don't know if I'm using the right word. In the core of this person here. And she loves the surprise, the element of surprise. She loves the giving. She loves the magic. Everything that Santa Claus, St. Nicholas stands for is at the core of this woman. So I absolutely love seeing that. It's so funny. I'm just going to hold it up because I love him. I love St. Nicholas. So it's kind of funny how that came up. So let's see what's at the core of this masculine. And I feel it's this one. And it's unconditional love. And it's the dog. Oh my gosh. I love that. So there's a lot of love in the cores of each of these people, regardless of what is going on around them. So just beautiful. So, okay, let's dive into what's happening, right? Let's go into what's going to happen in the next few months. I say like 1 to 2 months time frame, and we have creative ideas. So, wow, I feel like whatever this is going on over here, he had the creative side, right? The sacral chakra side. So the sacral chakra energy is coming through with the idea. So creative ideas are now coming through. So it could be creative expression. Anything with thought and communication is coming between these two. And I feel like it may come from this person's side. Doesn't say it has to be, because this person's very generous as well. But this creative, which represents the sacral chakra, what was going on a lot with this person's side and their energy, is coming next between these two. We may add to this, but we may not. I may not add to this layer here. But we're going to go to 2 to 4 months out, and we have overwhelmed. So there, in 2 to 4 months, even though there was some exchange here, a creative sacral chakra exchange that has occurred, there is a bit of overwhelmed. I may add to this to see in what way, because this could go, you know, good or bad. So, and it's showing the masculine, so they could become overwhelmed in their energies in the 2 to 4 months. But let's go on out, and then we'll see how we layer. We may layer these up. 6 months out is happy communication. So we go forward a bit. I feel like we may go back a bit, and then we go forward again. So let's see what, I'm going to ask about the overwhelmed, because that's the one that's got more of the darker energy. What is the overwhelmed at the 2 to 4 spirit in this relationship? Connection, 2 to 4, overwhelmed. Quiet, calm. So things may go quiet again. I don't feel it's real entirely bad. They may go quiet again a little bit in 2 to 4 months, because this person is overwhelmed still. There's still something going on here that's overwhelming. It could have to do with finances, because the word abundance could have to do with finances, but this person has good intention. They have unconditional love at their core, and I love seeing that. And so I would say that both of these hold a bit of what's at each other's cores too. I'm getting a sense of this being all tied. So this person has generosity at heart, and this person has unconditional love at heart. I feel like a mix there. But I definitely feel like there's going to be some sort of being overwhelmed. Things may go quiet a little bit. And then there's going to be happy communication. I'm going to add to these two and just see what comes to the creative ideas coming. And we have surprise gift, which would be, again, that's St. Nicholas. So it may come from this side. It's hard to tell, but there is going to be a creative expression of an intimate, because this is going to be a creative expression and communication because of the ideas, which talks about the thoughts and communication about the sacral chakra that's coming, but it's going to be a surprise. So the universe is bringing in something that may be a surprise to both of these people. So we're going to see what the happy communication, what message may come about the happy communication in the 6 months out. And I see the dolphin, and I absolutely love that, because you know, I love anything with that beach or the ocean. And oh my gosh, it's the 2 dogs making out. So a lot of flirting, I feel here. You know, there's a lot of happy, lighthearted energy, and you know, flirting type of energy. And when I see this making out, it sometimes feel like, hey, I'm making out, like I'm gonna make out on something. So there may be something that comes up for one or both where they've made out on a situation. They, you know, they took advantage of something that came out in their life, and they made out on something. And you may hear about that, or you may be conversing about that, or it's going to bring in more lighthearted energy. The only period that seems a little bit, you know, from this point after this may occur, is this, you know, a bit overwhelmed. Or it could just be a quiet calm that comes over the relationship that feels like, wow. You know, it's hard to tell how this will come, but it doesn't feel entirely negative, which I love to see. So I hope everyone has enjoyed this reading, and I will put a link to my Love Square, to my shop, and I will put a link to my Rainbow Rain deck. And yeah, angel blessings to everyone. Oceans of love.